So you know what I mean. So, but the same amount of people that fear marriage still
making a point. Come on, bruh.
so the same amount of people are both fearing marriage for different reasons, but they still exist. But there's not like I think they said only 45% of people are married now in America, all together. And then they said when you get a divorce, the amount of people that aspire to be married drops significantly. So imagine that you got a 60% divorce rate in the black community where the marriage rate is already only 30%. And they're telling you that majority of people, the vast majority of people who get a divorce don't even want to get remarried anymore. I don't. Sean's doing exactly what I expect any father to do when it comes to their daughters. He wants them to grow up and be able to take care of themselves. The thing is, what Sean's job is to be the father that he wants his daughter to marry, and his mother's job and his wife's job is to be the mother his daughter should, should aspire to. So he technically is doing his job, and as long as his wife is doing her job, their daughter should come out fine on the other end of this. She should relatively come out okay on the other side of all of this.
That's the balance. Is mom teaching her the women's side? See, that's the problem that we run in. I'm not tripping on the guys because the guys is gonna simp out. From what I understand, guys melt for their daughters. I don't know. I don't have a daughter, but for the guys that have daughters, don't y'all melt for your daughters? And she's the princess, and that's part of the reason why women have the entitlement that they have. They feel that they can do no wrong because their dads didn't fucking give them the corrective measures that they gave their sons. You know, he was hard on the boys. Stop crying. Stand up. Get up off the ground. That's what we tell our boys. The girls, just cry. Oh, come here, baby. Let me. Oh, what happened? I get that. I understand that. But are the women doing the counteractive part that Sweeney is talking about? Saying, okay, I'm glad your daddy took care of you. Now, let me explain to you how to be a good woman. Let me teach you how all these things that you need to know to do this other side. The problem is if both parents is doing be a boss. We don't have a prayer.
You know exactly where she's gonna wind up at.
I don't do that with my daughters. With my daughters, I do not do any of that. They could do all that crying and try to pout them off. I don't care about none of that. You're gonna do what I say. That's it. Ain't no.
Yeah, I'm tough on my. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm tough on my daughter too. So
me too. I have two of them. Yeah, so I'm tough on my daughter.
But like the thing is that the problem is that. And this is kind of like cycling back around. Do we think that most people aspire? Let's take women and men out of it, and you know what I mean. Let's just talk about people in general. Do we think most people aspire to be married today? Do we think that is a primary goal for majority of people today?
No.
To be honest with you, I don't think it ever was a primary goal for most people.
When you say you mean
I think women. I think women it is, but not guys. Not guys, but women.
I agree with
the number. Purple Pill, when they polled men, the numbers are roughly the same. Just as many men want to get married as just as many women. It's pretty much relatively the same. We all human. All of us desire to be with somebody. See, what you got is because the thing is, we talk about the things that men fear in marriage, but women also have fears for marriage. It's just we got different fears. So you know what I mean. So, but the same amount of people that fear marriage.
Making a point. Come on, bruh.
So the same amount of people are both fearing marriage for different reasons, but they still exist. But there's not like I think they said only 45% of people are married now in America, all together. And then they said when you get a divorce, the amount of people that aspire to be married drops significantly. So imagine that you got a 60% divorce rate in the black community where the marriage rate is already only 30%. And they're telling you that majority of people, the vast majority of people who get a divorce don't even want to get remarried anymore. You have a lot of people that don't aspire to be married.
The issue is not marriage, though.
No, I get that. Yeah, I get that. But
the issue are the people. They don't understand what the purpose in which marriage is, and because of that, they're gonna fail. I mean, some people going into marriage with the wrong mindset. And first, and the people that don't want to be married, it's unfortunate. As Shannon, he's been on the show with me long enough to know that I'm an advocate for marriage, because if we always talk about white people, we talk about different cultures, I'm under the guise of to find out who's doing it well and how are they doing it, and how can we aspire to be something like that. That's what I would hope that people would want to do. That's the whole reason why, you know, we talk about the trap stars, talked about the athlete. Like, these young dudes and young women are aspiring to be these people for particular reasons. So if we are individuals that get married and have a successful marriage, then individuals would want to do that, right? But the thing of it is currently that dudes don't want to be married, and you can talk about women all day don't want to be married, but a man who wants to be married can be married. All you got to do is put your game plan together, and then find the woman that will fit in your frame. It's just that's not what y'all want to do. And if that's not what you want to do,
Sean, you got drugs in your mouth? You trapping?
He's giving us a live example right now.
So Humble Dad, this is the reason why.
You in Dallas, Sean? You in Dallas?
Sean, come on my podcast, bro. Come literally
Dallas,
tomorrow,
bro?
if you're in Dallas.
Absolutely.
I know Purple.
yeah,
You in
Phil
Dallas?
was in Dallas.
Yeah, Purple in Dallas. Yeah.
Purple, you in Dallas?
Yeah.
Sean, you in Dallas too?
Yeah, Sean in Dallas.
Oh
I'm in
man,
Dallas
we gotta
too.
link up.
I'm gonna put my number in the back chat.
All
Just
right.
catch him at the trap house. He in
I
the
ain't
back
going
now.
out there. See, look, you in the wrong spot. I'm not coming out there. That's that thing we was just talking about. I'm not going over there.
Talking about Deep Ellum?
You heard how many? You heard how much shit happened to Deep Ellum?
Yeah, Deep Ellum is crazy.
Yeah, it's a bunch of homeless dudes in Deep Ellum, bro.
I think also the problem with marriage that most people have is that successful people keep a successful marriage to themselves. They don't really talk to other successful married people. They don't really have conversations with single people. So therefore, single people only hear the divorce side of marriage. They don't really get to hear people that are successful, especially the successful wives. Successful wives are usually very quiet. They very vocal in the household, and they nice and vocal there. But outside in the street, they are considered just a soccer mom taking their kids to soccer. They go in and get out. They get dressed when there's a party at the house. They do these big platters for the house parties for all the married couples. So therefore, single people do not get the chance to actually see successful marriages.
But I think that discounts the reason why people fear marriage. Because if you ask a lot of men why they fear marriage, they fear the institution of it in the event of a divorce or what happens in that aspect. This is the reason why I asked Jay Stans and Big Clout last week, what do you want to do about it? Because here's the reality. And I'm going to say this, though, Jay Stans, I'm going to tell you this. Them laws going to change pretty soon. You ain't got to worry about it. Here's the reason why. Because they got white women online sitting over there convincing other white women to get a divorce right now from good men. Stay-at-home moms. See, and they thinking that they looking at everybody else and thinking that, oh, look, they over there independent, fuck nigga free, all this. And they don't realize they men are the ones that hold the key to a lot of this stuff. And I had an epiphany. I couldn't for the life of me.
I mean, with abortion.
I couldn't for the life of me figure out why they refused to change the laws. And then I thought about it. I said, that's because white marriage rates are over 50% right now. We won't see laws start to change in this country until white marriage rates drop to like 30%. And that's when they're going to start saying, oh, man, we ain't letting these women get over on us. I'm not giving you half of my shit.
They ignored crack. They ignored crack. As soon as they all got on methamphetamine, suddenly they had programs in place quick.
So when I'm telling y'all, these white women on TikTok divorcing good men, they saying, I don't care that my man is good. They leave them. These are stay-at-home moms. So you know their husbands got money. I'm telling y'all, the laws don't.
If you see this, they how y'all gonna get mad at me for questions? Y'all watching it yourselves. Hold on. Y'all married. Some of y'all been married and divorced. Y'all been through it already. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen it for yourself.
What you heard me say last week, I said I've always understood why. I even asked y'all, I'm like, is it?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I always understood that point. That's why I kept saying I can't argue for marriage for you because my marriage is good. There's nothing I can tell you that's going to convince you that you need to go out there and get married. Why? Because you out there single and you dealing with whoever you dealing with and you see the world in front of you. I can't convince you to change your mind. However, I can't sit here and be like, oh, man, you know what I mean? I can tell you the benefits and I can tell you what the community looks like. But here's the thing about that, though. I've always said, if y'all don't want to do it, there's a way to do it the right way. There's a way to do it the wrong way. Y'all pick and choose how y'all want to do it. And if shit hits the fan, it hits the fan.